before I share before I give the testimony, I would want to, how to say, I will let you know how I get this chance again. Actually, today is not my, I was not supposed to give testimony in the beginning of this month. Sister Villa should get, was arranged to give testimony today, but she told me 1 week ago that she will have a trip with her family, so she couldn't attend. And then I at that time I was making bulletin, and I was thinking who is should be the one, who would be the best one to give the testimony, because it's only 1 week, so I feel the time is very short. And then I keep thinking, and I tell God, I pray to God that please show the name to me if there is anyone. And then there is nothing, and I said to my, and in my heart, I said, if there is no one, then I should be the one. So I was very stressful, because I know that my condition is not good nowadays, and I tell to God, and if I give a testimony, then I have nothing to say. And suddenly how I just remember that many times I told other people, when I ask other people to give testimony, don't worry, God will let you know what are you going to say. I just keep praying for that. And then at the end of that last Saturday, then I really couldn't think of anyone, and so I just put my name there, and still I couldn't make sure, and I even asked Chris, can you give a testimony next week? And then there is no response from him. So I said, I give up, and then the next day I attended the worship, and I found out I was deeply in my heart is kind of break out. I feel like something deep in my heart tried to break me out, and I couldn't hold it. So at the end of the Sunday, and I decided I need to talk with pastor. I need to tell, and at least I need to tell him that my situation is really bad. And after that, I'm thinking in my mind, and after that, that Bible study in the afternoon, and Dr. Yoon came to me and talked to me about some other stuff. And suddenly I tell her, can we have a talk? And then she told me, of course, actually I saw you that your condition is not good, and I'm trying to talk with you for a long time. And because we didn't have a chance, so at last I told her that my condition, and then started to notice that what is the real problem. So today, actually, to share about what kind of achievement I would like to share about my failure. First, I would briefly introduce that my situation for the last several months. As you know, that one of my senior graduated in my lab. He's the first one who graduated as a PhD. So when he graduated, and then I was thinking about since one person can graduate, then the next one will be graduated, and then the next one will be and then the next one. Then I think maybe I will be the third one, and maybe maybe the time will come very soon. So then I started to think about what I need to do in the future if I graduate. And when I thinking about that, I couldn't say any picture that what I want to do or what I should do, I need to do. I couldn't say any picture in my mind. And even other people asked me, what do you want to do in the future after graduate? And I couldn't respond. What do I want to do? For a long time, I just kept going on doing the research, going on PhD course, but I didn't really thinking about what I need to do after graduate. I just think God will prepare the way, and will show me the way in the maybe when the time came, I need to graduate. God will show me where I need to go. I just kept put my heart, my face there, and then I never think about what I want to do. And suddenly, when people keep asking me, and then when I saw that the deadline of the PhD course will come soon, I started, and then I feel nothing in my mind, and then I started to worry. And another thing is that when I go to my hometown, actually, as you say last time when Esther showed you guys the pictures, my hometown is in the countryside, so the life there is really slow. The life speed is slower than the lifestyle here or in the urbans. And people there, they are really satisfied with their life actually. And they are living a peaceful and a satisfied life, and they are less stressful. And when I go there, when I stayed with them, and I also feel like a kind of relax. And when I say that their life is kind of a happiness, and I feel it's not bad. But at the same time, in my mind, I could also say that with that kind of seems like a happy life, but they lack of the blessing of God, because there are not really many people know God, who is God, and not people can really, even though they enjoy the life in the world, but they couldn't know the life forever. So when I noticed that kind of situation, I feel I need to do something for that for the people in that area. But at the same time, in my mind, I kept thinking that I worked so hard and studied so hard for a long time, for many years, to try to looking for a good life, and looking for a better environment to live. And if I go back to that place, then it seems like I will turn back to that kind of situation again, and I really don't want to do that in my heart actually. But at the same time, but at the same time, I also want to go because my parents are there, and my family there, and many relatives there. So it's kind of conflict in my mind, a very strong conflict. That one side I want to go, not because my family, my parents, and also because of the more people, they need to know God. On the other side, I don't want to go because that environment, I don't want to stay there anymore. So it's so hard in my heart, and I don't know where I should go. And actually, this kind of this problem bothered me time to time, and I couldn't solve it. I couldn't solve it by myself, and I also feel I couldn't tell others because I'm ashamed of that. Because sometimes as a shepherd, I told other cell members we need to follow God's voice, and we need to obey God's words. We need to follow His guidance. I tell them like that, but on myself, I feel I'm struggling and I'm wrestling with God. So I couldn't share with my cell members at all, and I couldn't share with pastors because pastors always said, "Oh, we will send you to somewhere and as a missionary," and I couldn't say anything. So the problem bothered me so long, and I couldn't solve. At last, I feel I kind of like in the beginning of this semester, I kind of like dying. I couldn't do anything. And for the cell meeting, actually, as a cell leader, I couldn't arrange the cell meeting and I couldn't meet the cell members because when I met them, I feel kind of stressful. I don't know how to share with them. I feel I'm not a good example for them. And then last Saturday when I talked with Dr. Yun about this kind of problem, and she told me that that because nowadays you are in this situation because yourself is really strong enough, and God wants to break you up, so God can work through you. And when I heard that, I feel how to say, yeah, I feel that the real problem struggle me is really like my willing. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to go there, here and there, but God wants me to go somewhere, and I don't want to go. So this is this is the true matter in my heart. And then Doctor Yu told me, don't worry, because God will guide you in the best way. And she also told me many examples. Actually, that I don't think that example will like happen in my life. I don't know. I'm not sure. But she told me that God will arrange the best way for me. I do believe that, because I couldn't say the future. What I can say is just the present, but God can say the future. And so she encouraged me to just keep praying to God and seeking God's kingdom, and he like Colossians chapter 2 verse 20, yourself should be dying, and then God can work through you. So for the last week, I feel much better. And on Friday prayer meeting, when Pastor Shin asked us to pray for GSM conference, suddenly and then that problem came again. And when I think about GSM conference, I noticed that this is the fourth time for GSM. So the first GSM, I made many friends in the first GSM conference, but those friends are already left. So I feel, when shall I live here? When can I live here, and when can I graduate? And then I kind of struggling. I came again, and then suddenly there is another thought came to my mind. It said the voice told me, you should give thanks, because many people, they left Korea, but because of GSM conference, they come back to Korea and to attend GSM conference. But you are here, and you can continue attend this GSM conference, and you don't need to worry any other things. You need to arrange time or buy a flight ticket. You don't need to do that kind of things. You need to give thanks. So suddenly, when that voice came to my mind, and then those kind of complaint changed to Thanksgiving again, and I was so shocked. And I really thank God that time to time He gave me the comfort, and He gave me the peace and joy. Yeah, and also I hope you can keep praying for me to solve this problem, my self-dying.